Morning, cats. What's happening? It's garden day. I've got my garden plants down here. This is my vegetable garden plants, that one flat. Now it doesn't look like much, but that will fill my entire garden where you can't even walk through it. Yeah, those little plants. Those are for my herb garden over here, which I've already started on. I've got about a third of it done. I got a long way to go on that. I just tinker on that in the evenings when it's cool, when I can finish the rest of those beds and get something in though. But today we're going to tackle the vegetable garden over here. And I'm waiting for my contractor to arrive. And speaking of which, here he comes right now. My son. My son has graciously offered to help me today. He's got his tractor, he's got his tiller attachment, and a blade that we can see what we can do with the driveway. Well, that does a nice job, and it saves me so much work. Unbelievable. It would take me all day to do this with my little tiller. That thing is doing a beautiful job. I mean, I don't even have to do any raking or anything. That garden's going to be ready to plant today. You know, I was sitting up here today, just chilling out, getting out of the sun, getting a drink of water. And I've got my hummingbird feeders up, but I haven't seen any hummingbirds. And one of the neighbors said, "Hey, we think the hummingbirds are back." Well, I hadn't seen them, and I was actually thinking about that. I thought, I haven't seen the hummingbirds. I wonder where they are. Just about that time, I kid you not, the two of them came flying up, sat on the handrail right here, and looked at me and chattered, and then took off. It was like they were saying, "Hey, Dad, we're home." It was a long winter, but we're back. And those kind of things, man, I don't know about you, but, you know, some of the miracles of nature just really get me. Really get me. What a blessing. My garden's tilled. My fence is up. Keep the rabbits out and the deer and the turkey. Whatever else comes along. But now it's time to plant. And I've waited until it's a little later in the afternoon where it's not so hot. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get some plants put in now. One thing you got to know about tomatoes, you may already know this, tomatoes like to be planted deep. So what I do is I pinch all of these lower branches off. Don't need those. The tomato doesn't, this little tomato plant doesn't need them either. And then I'm going to plant it all the way up to the stem. So all that stem's going to be underground, and then it'll send roots off of the stem. And I fill it in carefully, but I bury that stem. A lot of plants you don't want to do that with, you know, you want to plant them as they are, but tomatoes, they like it to go deep. Well, the garden's in. It doesn't look like much right now. The plants are little tiny things, but you wait, come July, August, it'll be a jungle. You wouldn't even be able to walk through there. I have to dig for the fruit. Yeah. Now, if you're wondering what I planted in the garden this year, I got 2 eggplants. Don't eat a lot of eggplant, and those 2 plants will get pretty big, and they'll produce probably anywhere from 4 to 6 eggplants, which are pretty big size. And at least once a year I like to make eggplant parmesan. Oh, so good. So good. So that's what those are for. And then these are all jalapeno peppers. So those I'll either pickle, sometimes I pickle them. I like to make poppers for sure. And it's fun to throw them in recipes. Then I got a couple different strains of tomatoes. The one that I like to grow are hillbillies, and the hillbillies have a great big tomato usually, not real round, kind of more oblong shaped, and they kind of have like orange and yellow stripes in them, but they're so sweet and so delicious. I got another one this year that I never planted before. It's called Mortgage Lifter. It was really recommended highly. It's a new hybrid tomato, so said it was great to slice for sandwiches and stuff. I got some Champion tomatoes. I've got some Roma tomatoes. You know, the Roma tomatoes are known for making sauces and stuff, because the slicing tomatoes have a lot of juice in them. The Romas have a lot less juice, so they're more pasty. And that's what you use Romas for, you know, to throw in your spaghetti sauce or whatever. And then some cherry tomatoes, yeah. Down here I've got zucchini, of course. Now these 2 little zucchinis in the front here will turn into massive plants, and they'll produce zucchini all summer into fall. I've also got yellow squash, which goes hand in hand with zucchini. It's a good vegetable. And then this year I'm going to try growing some melons, like musk melons. So yeah, back here I've got all my sunflowers planted. And then I've got this catnip that I saved. It came up from last year. The catnip always comes up every year like a weed. It's like a mint. It'll take over the whole garden. It'll be all over the whole garden before the summer's over, but the cats love playing with that. So that's everything in my garden. That'll do everything I need. Now the nursery that I like to go to, I'll bet you they had 100 different types of tomatoes there. I'm not kidding. Every kind of tomato you could think of. Yellow tomatoes, green tomatoes, orange tomatoes, pink tomatoes, tomatoes that look like peppers. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing they have there is an extensive variety of peppers. Not only sweet peppers, but hot peppers. Every kind of hot pepper you can think, and they're rated, you know. They start out at the bottom with like the jalapenos, and then they go up, and some of them actually have like a red warning sign on there, like don't handle these with your bare hands. the reapers and some of those really nasty ones, yeah. I don't grow those. I tried growing them one year and they grew proliferantly. I had so many of those, but what do you do with them? They're too hot to put. You put one of them in a recipe and your mouth is on fire. So I'm not into that kind of heat. So yeah, jalapenos are my level. And with the jalapenos, when you pick them, you never know what you're getting. Some of them are mild and some of them are hot. I don't know why, but that just comes with jalapenos, I guess. So I'm really glad to have that garden planted. So it looks like it's going to need some water, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Right now, look at the blue skies. It's a beautiful evening. So I'm going to put my tools away and call it quits for the day. It's been a hard day, even though my son came and helped me rototill it. What a blessing that kid was today. I mean, for him to load up his tractor and haul it all the way over here, I didn't ask him. He just did it on his own. I have a rototiller. I would have been out here for 3 hours trying to run my little rototiller back and forth over this to get it like that. It took him like 20 minutes and he was done. And I got the whole garden done today. Tilled, fence up, plants in. Thank God. Praise the Lord. I love my garden. I'm gonna look forward to having some tomatoes coming up here this summer. And I'll probably have enough to give away to the neighbors too. I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Alright cats, thanks for watching. If you liked my video, give me with a thumbs up and hang on with us, subscribe, and join us on the rest of this ride. It's a good feeling to have the work accomplished. Good feeling. Now I'm going to go in and shower off this stink. Oh, I got a butterfly in there already. Sweet.